he would step across the line. Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
You make me happy. Thank y'all for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. I'm Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo DeShays II. What's up?
Not the Charlotte Hornets. They are definitely trending down. Definitely trending down. Oh. And it does make me happy, Terry, after they've ignored all the questionable personalities on their roster. They seem to be trying to acquire as many people with mental deficits as possible. And the chickens are coming home to roost for the Charlotte Hornets. Just this week, their star center, Kai Jones, tweeted out a public trade request and then was cut from the team and fined $50,000 by the NBA for making a trade request. Mm-hmm. Did you see the Terrence Ross's interaction with him on Twitter?
Yeah, I saw that little bit of I forget the exact verbiage. What did he say?
Terrence Ross goes, "Is he all there though?" And Kai Williams responds, "I'm the GOAT, bro. Check my highlights." And then Terrence Ross just replied, "So no."
That's right. That's what it was. So what? Kai Jones is supposed to be the star? Is he better than Mark Williams?
No. He just likes to run and jump. He's just super athletic and is not good at basketball, but has amazing highlights. I will give it to him. His highlights are crazy, but there's a lot more lowlights than highlights during his tenure in Charlotte.
Yeah, he's got great highlights, but his actual game tape is garbage.
Yeah, his great highlights, half of them come in the G League for the Greensboro Swarm.
Shout out to the Greensboro Swarm. Nobody knows where that is except for if you lived in North Carolina. But yeah, man, hey, let's hop right into this fucking list, bro. The Hornets are depressing. Nobody wants to talk about that shit.
What about Miles Bridges, the arrest warrant? He turned himself in today. Today, he dragged himself down to the police station and turned himself in. There was an arrest warrant that was issued for a protection order violation from his domestic violence case a year ago.
Yeah. So what did he do you know exactly what happened? Did he get near the girl or something or what?
Yeah, he broke her windshield on her car.
Come on, Miles. What the fuck, bro?
Yep. This warrant that he turned himself in for was actually not pertaining to this, but they expedited it because of the latest thing that he did. This warrant had been issued on January 2nd, but had never been served. After he did that, they went ahead and served it. He also has been served a criminal summons for when he violated the protection order on October 6th. He was also charged with misdemeanor child abuse and injury to personal property. Damn. And that criminal summons has not been served yet, but he will likely be going back to the courthouse next week.
Man.
Because remember, he is on 3 years of probation after pleading no contest for beating the hell out of his mother and her two kids in front of her.
Yeah. Damn. Good luck, my guy. Good luck getting out of jail in this one. That's tough. Wow. Charlotte deserves this, huh?
Yeah. I mean, who could have seen this coming when you collect
idiots?
Brandon Miller, who brought a gun for his friend to come kill somebody. James Bouknight, who's had 4 DUIs in 2 years. Kai Jones, who's tweeting out that he's better than other people on the team and publicly asking to be traded. And then you re-sign a guy who beat his baby mama damn near to death in front of his kids. Who could have seen that this collection of locker room talent, something would go awry, Terry?
What a great preseason for the Charlotte Hornets. Another one in the books. Hey, man. Do they even deserve the team? I don't. We've already established, I think it was one of the podcasts over the summer, we established that Charlotte itself, the city, is one of the worst sports cities in the United States, perhaps the world. But I haven't, deep dive other countries. But United States-wise, it's not looking too good for Charlotte, man. I mean, the Hornets are looking like they're going in a down spiral. Do we even deserve them? I mean, what's going on down there, bro? Do people care now?
I think they should be forced to call themselves the Bobcats for the entire year and to wear the Bobcats uniform. Yeah, you know what? This year, y'all went back to being the Bobcats. You slipped up, you regressed, you backslid, and sorry, you're the Carolina Bobcats now.
Man, I'm for promotion to relegation. Relegate Charlotte. Charlotte and Greensboro should play. We should move them to Greensboro, bro. Have Greensboro be the pro team. This is fucking ridiculous.
Y'all can move them to Mexico City for all I care. This moribund franchise.
Oh, God, yeah. No, in all seriousness, though, in all seriousness, if LaMelo and Brandon Miller don't work out this year, it might be some serious talks about Charlotte getting the fuck up out of there, because that's a lot of things going bad, in too short of a period of time. So, good luck, Charlotte. I live in Raleigh, so I don't care.
At least the Panthers nailed the number 1 pick that they traded up for.
Bryce Young.
Oh, wait.
Golly, man. Yep, CJ Stroud and Richardson looking good. Even though Richardson only played in 2 games, still looks better than Bryce Young. Besides the point.
Shit, at this point, I'd take whole banana eating mayonnaise sandwich all Will Levis over Bryce Young. Yeah.
Golly, man. Charlotte. Shout out to Charlotte, man. Yo, you live in the worst city in the world, huh? What's going on? The million person city, worst fucking sports franchise city ever.
Yeah, we have an all-star game here, and everyone hops on a PJ to go to Atlanta.
Haven't won a championship in, 40 years of sports? 30 years of sports? When did the Panthers get down there? Like 90-something?
We got to go back to we got to go back to the Negro leagues, Terry.
Probably, but we don't even know. I don't think there's been a championship with them either. I bet.
It's rough. It's rough out here in these streets. Let me tell you.
The Charlotte Coons. All right, let's get it started. Did you see the ESPN list? Oh, you want to keep going?
I did. I saw the ESPN list. I had a couple issues with their top 100, maybe about 25 issues.
Of course. Everybody's going to have an issue with the list, but
any players who stuck out to you? Let's start at the top near 100, and let's talk about some of the guys who we would have had ranked differently. Who piques your interest near the bottom of this list, Terry?
So before I even get in the totality of it and like the top, I would just like to say making this list felt like a publicity stunt in a way. I mean, like, I know some of them seem like they're just fucking around. Like, I know it's a bunch of writers and guys like that really watch the games and shit, and they really thought they could get a good list going, but I feel like it's a fine line between like having it be marketing and then also having it be a joke. Like,
yeah, because you got to put some wild shit out there so we'll talk about it. Because if they just ranked everyone accurately, we just look at it and be like, yeah.
No, I mean, even if they do rank it accurately, like, we're going to talk about it anyways. You don't have to make it a clown show. I feel like this joint is kind of cartoonish, kind of clownish. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, the one that definitely hops out at me was Westbrook. What was he, like 93 or some shit?
94. He was on my list as well.
That was the biggest one. I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, I know he. Go ahead.
One spot above Jalen Williams.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Who's looked fantastic and was probably the best rookie the last 3 months of the season. Clearly a winning player. Took his team to the playoffs. 50, 40, 90 type of splits from a guy who can defend his position, go to the hoop, shoot free throws, make it mid-range, switchable on defense, hit threes off the dribble and the catch. Run the pick and roll, like, just does a lot of stuff that helps a team win. And then somehow he's ranked below Russell Westbrook, who's was unwanted by the Lakers, was a unmitigated catastrophe, was terrible in Washington before he went there, and is now the backup point guard for the Clippers.
Yeah, maybe. He might start, he might not, who knows. But I don't know. Those two in general, those are big misses for me. I mean, 93 dudes better than Westbrook's kind of crazy. I know he's wild. He does crazy shit, but
oh wow, so you think he's too high,
bro? 94. Like, so, I mean, some of the dudes in front of him though, like Josh Hart. Yeah,
I take Josh Hart over Russell Westbrook. I wouldn't have included Russell Westbrook in this list at all. I don't know if we went to 200 if I would have included him.
Nah, I mean he's better than some of these other guys. He was
the single-handed most detrimental player in the NBA in terms of winning last season. No. There was not a single player who had a bigger impact on having their team lose than Russell Westbrook over the entirety of last season.
What, with the Lakers?
Yeah, well, like the majority of the season. Though. Yeah, so bad that they went to the Western Conference Finals.
After all the trades, they traded away like 5 guys.
As soon as they got rid of him, they went to the
Western
Conference Finals. They got rid of him,
Thomas Bryant. Who else left? There was so many dudes that left it. I can't even remember the Patrick Beverly. He got out of there. It was Beverly, Westbrook, Thomas Bryant, and it's some other dudes left as well, but they got back guys that are actually decent, actually good at fucking basketball. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I don't know. Tobias Harris being better than Westbrook, he's fucking sucks. I don't care about his numbers.
He's way better than Westbrook. I don't know what you're talking about. He guards the best player on the other team. He's a 20-point per game scorer on good efficiency, 3-level guy.
Absolutely not.
Who does Westbrook guard?
Stop it. Chris Paul? Is he better than Westbrook?
Yes.
I saw Westbrook fucking make a defensive play and won a playoff game last year. What are you talking about?
One defensive play. One playoff game.
Went
over a whole
Josh Hart
season.
Can't hit a corner three to save his life, but he's ranked 90-something. He's not top 100, but it's only a certain amount of dudes.
Was Russell Westbrook invited to play with Team USA?
Josh Hart sucks.
Okay. All right, that's what we're doing now. Defense and rebounding and passing and playing winning basketball is not important as long as you put up a bunch of empty-calorie garbage
wide
stats.
Open bucket, that's important as well. Now, you're right, though. Jalen Williams is better than him, but I'm just saying 90-something. Everybody's
there are a lot of motherfuckers who I thought was better than him. Everyone on this list is better than Russell Westbrook. Goddamn, crazy. Jordan Poole is ranked 72. He's still better than Russell Westbrook.
Jordan Poole is horrible.
Yeah,
not playable in the playoffs. What are you talking about? You talk about people who don't play defense. That was just the one. I mean, you can go ahead. We differ on it. It's okay. It's no big deal.
The next one that I had a big problem with Robert Williams, the Time Lord, at 89.
He's got to play more games.
He's at 89. Kevon Looney's at 88.
Way too fucking. Just no. Kevon Looney's not a top 100 player. Go ahead.
Of course he is. What?
No, he's not.
Hold on. I thought you're blowing my mind right now with these takes.
He's not a top 100 player.
My man was averaging fucking 20 rebounds in the playoffs. It was single-handedly shutting down Sabonis, who was an MVP candidate and led the whole NBA in rebounding.
First of all, if you're not in the top 3, you're not in the MVP discussion. But we can go ahead and say he's a candidate. But get the fuck out of here with end of discussion.
He got votes. That's all I'm saying.
Outplayed by who? The Lakers. He didn't even play in the Lakers. He beat the Kings. Cool. Sabonis isn't a center. Fantastic, Looney. All he can do is rebound. That's it. He does nothing else. Hard screens. Go ahead and say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think we just have different criteria for this. I like guys who affect winning and help their teams win basketball games in high leverage moments, which we saw. Yeah, he did a great job when they won the championship just 2 years ago. Then he did another great job and turned up even more in the playoffs last year. And now we're going to put
one series is not going to change my whole mind, bro.
And it's not one series, bro. He was starting for them 2 years ago when they won a championship. He was a 25-minute-a-game player for them when they won their last championship. Before then, he's been a winning player on the Warriors for 5 years in a row.
If it's the 2023-2024 list, right? I'm not talking about all the years before that. We're just talking about strictly last year. He was great in one series. I don't remember how many games he played last year, regular season-wise. I'm not going to type in Kevon Looney and fuck up my algorithm for Google. I'm not wasting my time on that shit. He did nothing in the Lakers series. Like, absolutely nothing. He was a minus. He was a negative. He was a 0. He did nothing. Yeah. Great for the Kings. Did nothing in the second round. So, good shit, Looney.
When he was playing against LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the best front court pairing in the whole NBA.
He should be able to still get fucking 20-something rebounds against them. Like, Anthony Davis is getting 20 a game. Like, stop it. He should have still did the same thing. I'm just saying.
So you'd take Nikola Vucevic, who they have ranked 75, over Time Lord and over Kevon Looney.
No, I like Time Lord. No, I'll stick with Time Lord. Vucevic, I don't know. Regular season wise, yeah, he's cool, but I'm not sure he could play in the playoffs, to be honest. I like Capella.
He's ranked 15 spots over Time Lord and Kevon Looney. 15 spots over them.
That's ridiculous.
Both of those guys played in the NBA Finals 2 seasons ago.
No, we can agree on that one.
The biggest game Nikola Vucevic has ever played is a goddamn playing game.
No, we can agree on that one. What about any other gripes at the top? Cam Johnson, 82? High or low?
Fine. I'm fine with Cam Johnson.
Cam at 82. Played horribly in the FIBA championships, though, but good shit.
I couldn't understand Emmanuel Quickly at 92, especially how they ranked Jordan Poole at 72. I'd take Quickly over Jordan Poole in a heartbeat. Yeah,
I think I would, too. He was at least playable in the playoffs. Jordan Poole, man, defensively, it's just, oh my God. Like, it's so bad. And then what was his percentage shooting wise in the playoffs, Jordan Poole?
Negative?
Like, I feel like he was shooting like 35% from the field.
From the field, not from three. From the field.
I looked it up. I had a problem with that for sure.
Put some respect on Emmanuel Quickly's name. He was sixth man of the year runner up. Like,
Quickly,
come on
he's
now.
An actual good player. Yeah, so Jordan.
And we're going to put Jordan Poole 25 spots.
Yeah.
Or 20 spots above Quickly. That didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's a lot of hype. Yeah, Jordan Poole shot 34% in the playoffs and 25% from three. Yeah, and then he's like a 90% free throw shooter in the regular season. He shot 76% from the line. Everything dropped. It's ridiculous. But anyways, playoffs don't matter, right?
Not to the people who made these ranks, at least.
If Vucevic is 80 something, that's crazy.
75, Terry.
It's insane.
If we did an NBA 75 today, he would make the list. Unbelievable.
You got a gripe with Jalen Green at 80? Too high, too low? You go with that? He's a weird player to evaluate.
I'm fine with that. We're gonna have to see this year once he's actually in a winning environment. Like, you putting up 24 points a game on a terrible team that isn't trying to win and plays like Drew League style basketball. You know, I don't really know what to take from that. We're gonna find out this year. He's certainly more talented than a lot of the other people around him in this list. We're at 72 right now, Terry. Anything in that range that jumps out to you?
I don't like rookies on the list. They haven't played yet. I get projections, but Scoot at 78, and then Wemby I think is way down, but I'm gonna stay in the 70s. I mean, you got Jordan Clarkson, Chris Paul, 76.
He looks fine to me.
76, okay.
I mean, I'd still take him over Jordan Poole. Clearly, the Warriors did. They attached a pick.
Okay. I can feel that. I had a problem with Cade Cunningham, honestly, at 74. Yeah. Because he barely played at all last. Did he even play a single game?
What did he play, like 11 games? And then he barely played this season before that as well. Like, what has he played? 50 games in the NBA over 3 years, and we're going to put him at 70? Like,
so he played 64 games his first season, rookie season, and then he played 12 games last year. That's the thing, though, like the contradiction between games that you already played that were before last year and then actual games you played last year. Because if he only played 12 games last year, I get he had a decent rookie season, but he barely played last year. Get him out of here. Like, put him in the 90s or some shit.
But Terry, he looked so good at the Team USA select practices. He was giving the starters the business.
Anything else, Chet, 73? Fine with that?
Again, he hasn't played a single NBA game. Like, to your point about the rookies, you know, I'm not so sure about that one. We'll see what happens. Austin Reeves at 66.
Is that too high? What do you think?
I think he should be ranked closer to 1 than he should be to 100.
Yeah, I would like to see him in the 50s, maybe the 40s.
This is the dude who was running the offense for the Lakers in the postseason when LeBron James was gimping around on one bad foot. You know, he was the one orchestrating the pick and roll. He was the one getting to the rim. He was the one, like, taking the brunt of the offensive creation. And then he played amazing for Team USA. He played great basketball. So I'm not sure. Like, when I look at a guy like Josh Giddey, who's ranked at 53, 13 spots above Austin Reeves.
Too much.
I just have to ask myself, why?
Yeah, that's too much hype on that one.
What has Josh Giddey ever done?
I would also like to say, like, second round scoring around 20 points and guarding Steph for the majority of the game. I mean, that alone, I got to give your boy, like, really big credit on that. So, I don't know. I like Austin Reeves. 20 a game in the playoffs is nothing to fucking just, like, poo-poo and sniff your nose at. So
I think he's got to be a top 50 guy. Like, I thought that was pretty disrespectful. And I don't understand, considering he's white and he plays for the Lakers, how he managed to slip through the cracks.
Well, Walker Kessler slipped through the cracks at 70. That's one spot above Brook Lopez, or below, however you want to call it. Brook Lopez is 69. Walker Kessler 70.
I couldn't agree more. Brook Lopez, defensive player of the year candidate.
Yeah.
Destroys people on switches, stretches all the way out, the 3-point line, remade his game. every season that the Bucks have had Brook Lopez, they've had a top 5 defense.
Yeah. Disrespect. It's a little
But
disrespect.
we'll give the nod to Walker Kessler, who played for a Utah team that stopped trying with 20 games left to go in the season.
Yeah, come on. Double-double.
He
double-doubled.
made Team USA and sat on the bench as they finished 4th in the world. We got to bump him up.
He barely played. I have no idea if they even like said anything about the FIBA shit. They probably did. But besides that, RJ Barrett, you dropped a lot of spots down, brother. He went from 63 the year before to 71. Get your shit together. I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, I'd still take Quickly over him.
Oh God. You know what? The only reason I would say no is just because RJ plays decent defense and he does get boards. He does other shit besides miss shots. You know, he does other things besides miss fucking open threes all game.
I mean, if you guys are going to play him, if you're going to play him at power forward, maybe we'll have to revisit the list. Well, but honestly, if he's going to play shooting guard, I think Quickly played better than he did the whole year.
Because if the Knicks are basically coming back with the same squad as last year, somebody's got to hit an outside shot. Because if it's going to be fucking Brunson, Quickly, you know, whoever else, maybe Grimes, you never know.
Grimes,
Barrett, Randall, because we let go of fucking my boy who could do an East Bay in the game, Obi Toppin.
Oh yeah, Obi.
And then Mitchell Robinson. Somebody's got to knock down threes. Julius can kind of shoot, barely. RJ,
where's Jared Allen on this list?
Oh man, I don't know. I didn't see him.
I think he's on here somewhere. You do a deep dive real quick.
I'm still in 60. Scotty Barnes, 63. Don't like it. Needs to be higher. Needs to be around the 80s.
Yep, he had a pretty bad last year.
I mean, they dropped him from 39 to 63, but
still untradeable for Kevin Durant. Can't do it. He's off the table.
We're taking that back. I don't see him yet, but I'm at 62. I see Kristaps at 62.
Fine with him there. Yeah. You know, I'm still looking for Jared Allen. Where the fuck is Jared Allen on this list? Huh? Where is this man at?
Where are you right now?
If he's in the 40s, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Because especially Mitchell Robinson at 100 ate his lunch the entire playoffs and made him look like a little ass kid. If he's 50 spots above Mitchell Robinson, then I need to get my eyes checked.
He might not be. If we already didn't see him, he's probably not on the list.
Good.
There's no reason why he would be on the list. Because I'm already at 60, where they have DeJounte Murray is at 60, bro. What you think about DeJounte at 60? Last year he was at 42, and he dropped 18 spots to 60?
Him and Trae Young became the first backcourt since MJ and Scottie Pippen to average 20 and 6 in the same season. Let's go ahead and drop him because he plays for Atlanta now. We have to drop him 20 spots. He's a Hawk. Nobody watched.
I'll definitely say, though, you did say you like guys that win. Those numbers didn't equate to winning. I'll say that.
No.
But 62 is crazy, though. 62 is a little wild.
I will say we smacked the Miami Heat in the playoffs. Before they went on to kill everyone else, we killed them. So at least we have that.
Yeah, you got that. Hey, look, but single elimination like that's tough, though. That's tough.
It's tough.
Come on.
But you know it's also tough playing the first 2/3 of the season under what was our old coach? Is it Nate McMillan?
Oh, McMillan.
Yeah, that's also tough. And doing the Drew League, your turn, my turn offense, where DeJounte Murray stands around and him and Trae Young play hot potato until there's 7 seconds left on the shot clock. And they're like, well, one of us has to create.
No, that's true. So, hey,
DeJounte Murray shot like 38, 39% from 3 last year. And a lot of them were off the dribble. Like, he definitely improved as a player. He just didn't have the same usage that he did for a terrible San Antonio Spurs team.
I think they need a different system. Hopefully, your boy, what's your coach's
Snyder
name? Yeah, Quinn Snyder. Hopefully they can, get something different going on. But, yeah, DeJounte is definitely better than 60. I mean, that's not even a question. Anything else troubling you, 40 through 60?
Fucking Josh Giddey, 7 spots above DeJounte Murray. Here we go again. He's tall. He's white. He's not from America. He must be good.
Zion at 57?
I don't even think Josh Giddey is the 3rd best player on the Thunder.
Oof. Probably not, because SGA, Chet, but Chet
And Jalen Williams. I mean, I'd take Jalen Williams over Giddey 10 times out of 10.
Nah, for sure. I mean, Giddey's good though. We'll see. We'll see how it
He's
goes throughout
good.
the season.
He's
Do you
got to
think he's
learn
gonna
how
be a
to
top 50 player this year?
No.
No, you don't think he'll be a top 50 player this year?
He's a poor defender. He can't shoot, and he hasn't
Right.
showed the ability to take anyone on the block who's smaller than him. So
All right, we'll see.
go ahead and keep getting these assist numbers in the open court, but the playoffs are played in a half court, dude, and that's where
Yeah.
the real winning happens.
So, do you think also, question was, are they going to make any noise this year? If Giddey plays poorly, are they still going to be in the playoffs easily?
I don't know, man.
Does it
I
make a
haven't
big
done
impact on the team?
I haven't done a deep dive yet. I think Chet probably makes a bigger impact, and Vasily Milicic, or whatever his name is, the dude who they brought in from Real Madrid to be their backup point guard. I think
Gotcha.
Josh Giddey, he's just kind of like a supercharger. He's just like, oh, get the rebound, push it and go, and we'll get a mismatch off that. But
Yeah.
like I said, when they're playing half court basketball, I don't see where he fits or what he does at like a plus level in the NBA.
I feel that. We're going to have to look at his half court numbers coming up this year. Big gripe for me, bro. Draymond Green at 55 is kind of crazy. That's
Too
way
high, too
fucking-
low.
That's too high for me, bro. 55? He needs to be in the 40. He was 43 last year, so he's fucking 12 spots less.
Okay,
or worse.
but we got beef with Kevon Looney, who outplayed him in the playoffs. Okay,
Oh my
being
God.
90 fucking 4. But
He
we'll put Draymond
outplayed
Green.
Draymond Green.
Yes,
Yeah, look.
yes.
No.
That's why
he was
they
almost,
started him over Draymond Green, because he was playing better.
He was almost defensive player of the year.
Who?
Draymond. He got hella votes.
Get the fuck out of here. No, he wasn't.
He did. He got a lot of votes. What are you talking about?
Name recognition. Nah, son. I can't go for that. I think he's ranked fine.
Fine. Wiggins,
What?
54.
I'm fine with it.
Nah,
The one
he
that I'm like Zion
He
at
left.
57. Zion
Yeah.
Williamson at 57 is the one that sticks out like a sore toe.
He's got to play. Got to play games.
Okay,
No, I mean, we said,
but we could rank Victor Wembanyama at
No, I know.
at 30, who's never played a
Look,
game. We could rank Chet Holmgren in the 60s, who's never played a game. We could rank Scoot Henderson in the 80s, who's never played a game. But a
Yeah.
guy who was an all-star starter last season, 57. Yeah.
was he though?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got to play more games. If he doesn't play 65, I'm not going to say 65, but if he doesn't at least give me 60, I don't know what to do with Zion, bro. I already said I don't want him in New York. So I already put my flag on that one. You know, I do want him to be good, but
I'll take 45 games of Zion over 150 games of Josh Giddey. I promise you that. I promise you that.
maybe a change of scenery might be nice. I like Aaron Gordon at 51 though.
Yeah, I think they should have put him at 49.
Yeah, I could take that. I think he's top 50. Ooh, Jared Allen.
Hold on, just because Dwayne Wade.
What do you mean?
You remember in the dunk contest when Dwayne Wade gave him a 9 for that dunk?
Oh,
And he got a 49 instead of a 50 and lost the dunk contest. And then he changed his jersey number to 49.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Jared Allen's number 50, bro.
What?
Yeah, 50.
So he's twice as good as Mitchell Robinson, according to these rankings. Mitchell Robinson's
so.
100, Jared Allen is 50, but Mitchell Robinson made him look like a little ass kid in the playoffs. Okay.
He did.
Okay.
He definitely did. I don't. What's the justification for playoffs and regular season, though? You know,
Justification for putting Jared Allen over Time Lord, putting Jared Allen over Kevon Looney.
I think Jared Allen played a lot of games in the regular season, though, like back to back. Like I think he
he's
gave him.
210 pounds. How is he going to get hurt?
Hold on, let me check the numbers. Make sure that's
Motherfucker
correct.
is my weight, and he's 7'1".
Yeah, he played 68 games last year. He shot 64%. I mean, he's a center, whatever. Anything
All
jumping out at
dunks.
me? Yeah, I mean, of course, that's what I say. He's a big man. I mean, he averaged a double-double, 9.8 rebounds, so not exactly.
What was his
but-
number? 40 something? It was in the 40s?
No, 50.
Oh, yeah. That's just crazy, man.
Number
Come on
50.
now.
Top
Come
50
on now.
NBA player. Jared Allen.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man?
He did get his lunch ate. He only averaged 7.4 rebounds in the playoffs. He got fucking destroyed. Sad day.
Would you take him over Robert Williams?
No, I like Robert Williams. Everyone healthy, I'm gonna go. If it's between those three alone, Mitchell Robinson, Jared Allen, and Time Lord, I'd probably go Time Lord 1.
Mitchell
Jared
Robinson
still,
2.
Nah, Jared Allen still be 2 for me, and then be Mitchell.
But we saw what happened when they played head to head. I don't understand.
Hey, sometimes styles make fights. You know, maybe a matchup's not good for one, but all the other matchups in the league, I think I like Jared Allen better. You know, the Knicks are just a tough team for Cleveland.
Where's Nicholas Claxton?
Nah, there's no way he's on this list.
He's better than Vucevic. He's better than Jared Allen. He's better than Mitchell Robinson. What happened with Nick Claxton?
I don't know.
I'm wearing my Brooklyn Nets hat right now, guys.
Well, once KD and Kyrie left, we stopped looking at Brooklyn play. So that was it. No one else watched. They turned it off.
Best switch big in the entire league. Hyper efficient. Can handle the ball. Good passer. Protects the rim and gets out on the perimeter. Nah, let's take Jared Allen, who only can protect the paint, but not if he plays against anyone who weighs more than him.
Okay. Oh, you're right. He was the main reason why they had that nice winning streak in the middle of the season before they traded KD and Kyrie. Before Kyrie fucking Japanese, let me not say that. Before Kyrie nuked the season, I already said the Japanese words. Too late. I can't take it back. I can't take it back. That's DeAndre Ayton, 49.
I love that nickname. Hold up. Hiroshima Irving. That's what I'm calling him for the rest of the season. Hiroshima Irving.
That's tough. Sorry, Japan. Speaking of destroying stuff, DeAndre Ayton, number 49. Cool with that? He was 51 last year.
I'd still take Time Lord over him.
Okay.
I think he could be in the 60s for me, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, I can see that.
But he's going to get so many touches and so much opportunity this year. I could see him justifying 49.
Yeah. LaMelo, 48.
Fine with it.
Last year he was 41.
Yeah, can you learn to run a pick and roll and not just be a full court player like Josh Giddey?
Man, it's gonna be tough to watch Charlotte play this year, bro. I don't. They might be okay, but I'm not sure. I'll let you call anybody out. I'm still in the 40s. We can get past the 40s if you want. It's Middleton 46, Randall 45.
All that stuff is fine to me. The next one, Terry, that really makes me happy. We spent an entire podcast episode with you calling me crazy for ranking Ja Morant as the 13th best player in the NBA. And now I have been vindicated as I was too high on Ja Morant. He is ranked 35th in the NBA according to ESPN.
Oh, man. I don't understand this. The gun shit is just really... y'all are just like... Dude flashed the gun a couple times. You and the ESPN meter is like, all right, he's a horrible basketball player. He fucking destroyed the team. They still were in the playoffs. They almost won while he was injured. They didn't really need him like that. I'm just saying, what's the problem? He's really good. He's not
team
the 35th.
Team has a better record when he sits. Has a better
Where's he at?
plus minus when he sits.
They have a good record, but their record's not better. They have a good record, though. We already established this last year. I'm not going to go over
What did they go, 22-4 without him? Something like that? Come on now.
No. Overall, it wasn't. It was like, they had like a 57% win percentage or something.
Where's Tyus Jones on this list?
Go ahead, put the coach on there then. You can put the coach at 100. Put the coach at 100. Drop Mitchell Robinson out.
That's fine. We'll do that.
Ja, 35. Okay.
Too low? Too low for you, Terry?
It's fucking ridiculous. That's what it is. I get it. I get it. He did what he did, but damn, 35 guys? Like, come on, bro. Y'all are killing me with this shit.
Where do we have Javaris Crittenton ranked?
Oh, my God. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas was top 20. Bradley Beal, 37? Is that high or low?
I think that's just right.
37?
Yeah, okay. I think both of us agree, despite all of the shit that I've given Ja over the years. 35 is too low, man. Come on now.
Hold up. But before I keep going, you're right. You are right. Before I keep going crazy on the Josh shit at 35, that's fucking stupid. If Josh at 35, how is James Harden 43? If we're talking about team obliterators,
Yeah.
and playoff performances, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, he won 2 games, but 43? Come on, bro. That's crazy.
Is that too high, too low? What do you think?
I would say 50s or 60s.
So you'd rather have Jared Allen than James Harden?
Playoff regression, no defense, perimeter wise. He'll give me some post defense, but I don't need anybody 6'5" playing fucking post D. Fucking wants to quit the team for the 3rd time in his career. Yeah, I'm good on that. 63, maybe in the 70s too. I mean, come on. Superstar that drops to a fucking role player, like, I'm good. He won 2 playoff games, cool. I'll give you that. That's probably one of the few times he's done that in his whole career.
So you're saying he's not better than Josh Giddey?
Nope. I'll take Giddey.
Unbelievable.
Give me Giddey. No problem with Kyrie at 34, right?
If it was up to you, you'd rank James Harden below Jordan Poole.
Maybe. He's close. They're the same. I'll put them in the same. I'll have like a troubled section, and I'll put all the troubled guys there.
Is Miles Bridges making your list?
Woo. Miles Bridges is 258. How many players in the NBA?
He's right below Pokuševski and Bruno Fernando.
No, him and Manute Bol. I mean, Bol. My bad. Him and Bol. Same section.
Don't ever disrespect Bol like that. All right, his only troubles are walking upright and not getting hurt.
All right. Any other problems? I know all the players had a problem with Kyrie at 34. Name me 33 players better than Kyrie Irving at basketball.
Okay.
Cool,
I can do that. Paolo Banchero at 30, I thought was a bit of a wild one.
That is fucking way too low. That's ridiculous.
He should be like 50s, right?
Yeah, definitely. That rookie season was not impressive at all.
Like, he definitely tapered off. There were, what was it, 2.5 months that he didn't make a 3, where he was 0 for 45 from 3?
I'm not sure if it was that long, but I don't think he's better than Mikal Bridges, because they got Mikal Bridges at 33.
Fuck no.
Yeah. I mean,
Mikal Bridges, again, was like the 3rd best player on a team that was playing in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Could have been the 2nd best player. Then he went to be the number 1 option for the Brooklyn Nets. And he scored like 26 points a game and continued to play good defense. Like, I just don't understand. Paolo, who's he guarding? Who does he defend?
I'm not sure. I mean, if we're just strictly talking NBA, let's disregard the FIBA shit. I think he did a great job in FIBA, like for who he was and how young he is and whatever. But yeah, NBA wise, I don't know, man. He didn't do a whole lot defensively last year. His position, I mean, I know it's a little bit positionless at times in the NBA, but I was just confused about what they wanted to do with him at times. And they asked him to close a lot of games out, and he just couldn't do it. And he's a fucking rookie. They put a lot on his shoulders, but very low shooting percentage, very low true shooting percentage. Fucking efficiency was garbage.
Yo, Terry, I'm sorry, bro. I got to cut you off. This dude who was supposed to be at my house at 2:30 got here early for to do construction and shit. Maybe we can finish this up and do a little part 2
Tuesday?
Later this weekend or Tuesday or something like that. But I got to head out, bro.
All right, my boy.
All right, bro. Sorry to cut it short. We did not we weren't able to get to weren't able to get to Brandon Ingram, who's ranked 21. weren't able to get to Karl Anthony Towns, who is ranked 20. Weren't able to get to LeBron, who is ranked 9, and of course, number 1 Giannis over Joker. We'll wrap that up on Tuesday. Sorry to leave you waiting for more, but I guess I just got to treat you like my girl. It's easy to rank Ja Morant at 35 after you've seen his off-the-field exploits. I think that's where we left off, right? Ja 35?
We were at Ja, then you saw Brandon Ingram at 27, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but, well... Yeah, I mean, anybody with eyeballs could tell you'd rather have Ja Morant for 50 games in a season than Brandon Ingram for 75.
The 82, fuck you mean?
Yeah, Paolo Banchero, he was ranked number 30 in this list.
I don't have a problem with that. Kind of.
The dude he couldn't hit a 3 for 2 months, and we're gonna rank him number 30.
Jaren Jackson Jr. at 31. You got a problem with that?
I'm fine with that. I'm cool with JJJ. He would probably be in the top 20 if he could play more than 26 minutes a game.
Probably. Brunson at 32. I think I might have a personal problem with that.
Too low? Too high?
It's kind of high. I thought he'd be in the 20s. Maybe 25. I thought he did a great job leading the Knicks to the playoffs, man.
He did.
I don't know. I thought he improved by a lot. Dude was good in Dallas, but I didn't think he was this fucking good. I thought it was going to be a solid point guard piece that we got. And honestly, he looked like an all-NBA guy to me.
Where was Julius Randle ranked? Is he above Jalen Brunson?
He might be. I think we saw him, but I'm not sure, though.
You might as well go ahead and flip-flop those right there. If you think Julius Randle is a better player than Jalen Brunson, I got a bridge in Manhattan to sell you.
Nah. I think Randall was like in the 60s, and I think Barrett was like in the 80s.
No. Here, I'm about to look it back up. I remember Julius Randle being in the 20s.
See if you can find him. I don't see him. I just looked through the 20s. I didn't see Julius.
Really?
There's no way Julius Randle is around like Siakam, Drew Holiday. They got Kawhi at like 24.
Oh, you're right. He's 45.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I thought I saw him way back then. He's a top 50 guy, but I don't know.
One spot above James Harden.
Yeah. Well, it's tough, bro. Like, what do you do with like? He was really good in the regular season. I'm not gonna say he wasn't. He played a lot of games. All his percentages were pretty, decent. But in that playoffs,
yep.
You want to talk about regression?
Regression, Randall. He went right back to being who he was, flicking off the fans, telling them to go fuck themselves.
Honestly, bro, I think I got to look at it again. I want to say he was one of the worst playoff players in the last like 15 years or some shit. Like his percentages and stuff.
Yeah, his game just doesn't translate, bro. Like when he gets more attention from defenses and they don't just let him, freight train it in the open court and then shoot a bunch of off the dribble threes that are basically uncontested. When they start guarding up on him, you see that efficiency go down the toilet.
So how tall is he? He's 6'8", 260, right? Big Julius. In 10 games, this is just last year, because I guess they're kind of going off of just last year and a little bit of some of the years before.
They don't want to talk about what DeAndre Hunter did to him? Is that why?
He shot 37% from the field, 25% from 3. He shot 46% from 2, which is fucking hilarious. His rebounds were only 8 a game, and he scored 16 points a game, and he averaged 3 turnovers and 3 assists.
Yep, sounds like Julius Randle to me.
And the year before, he shot 29%. Or no, that was 2 years before when Atlanta kicked our fucking ass. Yeah, he was bad in the playoffs, so 40-something. Yeah,
that's fine with me.
Guess.
The one that's crazy to me is Trae Young at 29, one spot ahead of Paolo Banchero. I mean, come on now. My man led the NBA in scoring and assists 2 seasons ago before they brought on DeJounte Murray. But he's one spot above a guy who scored like 18 points a game last season and couldn't hit a 3 for 2 months.
Well, you're a Hawks fan.
Brandon Ingram, 27. Would you rather have Trae or Brandon Ingram?
Man. Everything at their peaks.
Yeah.
It's closer than you. It's closer than you would think, bro.
It's not.
Honestly.
It's not at all, bro. Brandon
Ingram
depends on it's not even close to making all NBA. Trae made it in his 3rd season. Trae took a team to the Eastern Conference Finals that lost to the NBA champions. Brandon Ingram is going to take a seat this year and play 4th fiddle for the Pelicans.
I don't know. Think about it objectively. Why do you think he's 29? He dropped 13 spots from the year before.
Well, his 3-point shooting went way down, after he moved off of the ball and was, struggling to accommodate DeJounte Murray. I did see some interesting quotes from Quinn Snyder that said after he took over, he didn't change Nate McMillan's system at all. He was like, I didn't have time to put any of my own shit in. We just kept running Nate's same dumbass shit. So it was a lot of like, I dribble for 6 seconds. Now I pass it to DeJounte Murray, who dribbles for 6 seconds. Then he passes it back to me. Then I pass it back to him. Oh, wait, there's only 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Tween, step back. Like, that's not a recipe for getting, good offense. And that's why we were number 1 in the NBA in mid-range attempts, despite having a bevy of 3-point shooters. So
that's not really what you want. Yeah.
I think this year in the Quinn Snyder offense, you saw all those Jazz teams like with Donovan Mitchell and everything. They were always top 3 in 3-point percentage, top 3 in threes attempted, player movement, ball movement. If Trae Young can just not be completely worthless while the ball is not in his hands this year, I think he's poised for a much better, much more efficient year.
I got you. I think also for Brandon Ingram, we're kind of looking at the FIBA shit as well, which doesn't really have anything to do with this particular list. Like in the NBA, he was really fucking good. I think he was, he was hurt last year, but his splits were like almost 50, 40, 90. So,
but when you're getting benched for Josh Hart in big moments, like that lets you know all you need to know.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's FIBA. They didn't talk about FIBA at all. We didn't talk about FIBA. It's just NBA. NBA-wise, he was 25 a game, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. He shot 48% from the field, 39% from 3, 88% from the free throw line. Even though he only played 45 games, he's fucking good in the NBA. FIBA, we can have a conversation about that, but NBA-wise, he's pretty fucking good, bro. I mean, I like Trae Young as well. Like, I don't have a problem with Ingram slightly above him, but I don't know if Trae Young should have dropped as far as he did. I think he's still a top 20
Trae
player.
Young's like statistical comps are the best players of all time. Like the milestones that he's reached.
Trae Young or Drew Holiday?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Drew Holiday is better. I mean, he's a two-way player. We know what wins in the playoffs.
Lauri Markkanen or Trae Young?
Trae.
Pascal Siakam?
Trae.
Kawhi Leonard?
Trae, because Kawhi doesn't play. Kawhi doesn't play.
All right. So I think
I'll say one thing about Trae Young too. The motherfucker plays at least like 80 games every season.
No, he does for sure. So I would say he is where he's supposed to be, because I don't think Trae Young's better than De'Aaron Fox. I mean, you can have a case. That's your boy.
I do, but De'Aaron Fox is not exactly a plus defender. Lost in the first round of the playoffs. We've seen Trae Young
the fucking Warriors, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen Trae Young accomplish much more than that. So I think a lot of it is just the recency bias. You know what I mean? That we only got to see the last time we saw Trae Young. It was trying to accommodate another backcourt partner in Nate McMillan's prehistoric offense.
And honestly, I think he did well versus Boston. I think he did well versus Boston. And you beat the Heat, who went to the finals, like in the playing game. So I don't think he is deserving of dropping. Yeah, I still think he's a top 20 guy.
What the fuck has Tyrese Halliburton done to get ranked 21, 8 spots over Trae Young? Can somebody explain that to me?
I disagree with that wholeheartedly. He went from 59 to 21. I'm not ready for that yet. Did he make the All-Star team?
Yeah, I'm going to need you to play in a playoff game before I rank you in the top 25.
You can't make him top 25 if you don't play in the playoffs?
I think that should be a new rule. You cannot be ranked in the top 25 if you have never played in a playoff game in your career.
Well, that's what we said in the beginning of this. I think this list took the piss out of everybody. They were taking the piss. This is just... They're fucking around. Karl Anthony Towns, 20?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Don't get me started, sir.
How many games did he play last year?
Karl Anthony Towns, who was shopped this entire offseason and not a single team bid. The Portland Trailblazers are like, no, we'd rather have a hodgepodge of picks and, mid-level guys than Karl Anthony Towns. Top 20. Top 20 in what?
Yeah, I don't know. Also, for me...
What position does Karl Anthony Towns guard?
Guys that are tall that suck. I don't think it's an actual particular position, because I don't think he can guard anybody. They just put him on the guy who's the worst. Who's the worst player who can't do anything offensively? Put Towns on him. Big or small. Any tall or short.
Sounds like a recipe for a top 20 player to me. I think
It's
Nas
tough.
Reed is better than him. Like, I'm not even lying.
Nah. Offensively, Towns is great. I got to give him that. But the defense, he's kind of like Trae Young. Like offensively, amazing. Defensively, kind of a minus.
Except Trae
Yeah.
Young is like a top 5 offense into himself, and Karl Anthony Towns just puts up big numbers, and their offense as a whole sucks.
They made the playoffs. He played in some of the games. He was out for what, 4 months?
He also gets
Yeah.
to play with Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. And we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah.
So
imagine that backcourt of Trae Young and Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, no, you're right. So 19, Jaylen Brown. I don't have a huge problem with that.
That's
Paul
fine
George,
with me.
18.
Fine with me.
I guess they need to play more. Kawhi and Paul George are pissing me off. Jamal Murray, 17.
Yeah,
Right,
this
sorry.
is the one that got me. No, you got right to it, Terry. Donovan Mitchell over Jamal Murray. I don't think we can do that anymore. After seeing
don't
the
think
heights
so.
that Jamal Murray reached in the playoffs, after
Yeah.
seeing him go, 26, 7, and I don't even know how many rebounds he was getting throughout the
6.
playoffs, and then again in the finals. Like,
Yeah, shot 40 from 3.
we've seen Donovan Mitchell flame out in the playoffs over and over and over again. I don't think he's ever made it past the second round.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how you can look at that and put him over Murray.
I don't know, man. I just need Jamal to do this throughout the entirety of the season.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of getting sick of the just
Slow
playoff
start.
shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like sick of people doing the whole playoff thing. Like Kawhi's fucking regular season numbers, and I'm sure nobody's gonna debate he's a Hall of Famer or whatever. But like, I don't even think Kawhi has 20,000 fucking points, man.
I don't think
You know
he
what I'm
does
saying?
either.
Like, I'm gonna start fucking blogging about this shit or something. Like, we need a standard. Like, you gotta play in the regular season as well. You gotta do something. Like, cool, you got your championship, great. But you gotta give me more than just kind of playing well one night and then playing like shit the next night, Jamal. Like, if you showed us consistently, you giving us almost 30, 10, and fucking 7 a night, do it throughout the season.
I think he's going to have a hot start this year. After you win a championship, it just kind of changes your self-confidence and,
Yeah.
you
I
get
hope
to
so.
play more freely. You don't second guess things when you make mistakes. Well, I think he's just going to have a lot more latitude and he's going to come out hot this year. But,
I hope so.
if all things are relatively equal in the regular season, I would much rather have a guy who's proven that he can do it on a championship team as one of the catalysts and the driving forces than a guy who puts up 30 points in the regular season and has shown that his style does not translate to the playoffs over, 7, 8 seasons now?
Yeah. I mean, they have similar games. It's just Jamal Murray is clutch as fuck. Like, Donovan Mitchell's just not clutch. Anyways, Donovan's at 15. We disagreed. Bam at 16. Sure, I guess. He's the best American big we got, right?
What
Nobody's
about
better than him?
Anthony Edwards at 13 and Dame at 14? What do you think about that?
Oh, man. If we're just doing it off of last year, right? We're just doing last year coming into this year. That might be a little crazy. Dame, man. I think Ant is better than him, but if we're just looking at last year alone, I think I'm going to still take Dame. Like, if we're just doing the list, I'm doing Dame over Ant.
I
But
agree.
I
Dame had the
it's
best. He had the best statistical regular season of his career last year.
Yeah.
Coming off a what was it, an abductor injury that caused him to miss the majority of the season prior, and everyone was like, he's getting older. Is this the end of Dame? No, he's like, I'm going to put up my best season. Actually,
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. I'm a big Anthony Edwards guy. Like, I've been tooting this horn for a while. You remember 2 seasons ago, I said this is the season that Anthony Edwards looks at Cat and says, I am the captain now. I've been big on Anthony Edwards. At the same time, he gets lost off the ball all the time. He's a good on-ball defender, but off the ball, he's terrible. And his shot selection isn't the best. And he doesn't get nearly as many free throws as Dame Lillard does, despite being a much more physically imposing presence and being able to jump into centers and knock them back underneath the basket. So it's like,
but
moreover, Dame Lillard, even on a shitty Portland team, every single year he's on the court, they're a top 7 offense. Now, they can't guard a graveyard, but if he steps on the floor with 4 guys who are competent NBA players, you're going to have a top 5 offense. Anthony Edwards is not at that level yet.
I'm not sure. I think this year he's going to show us a lot of shit, especially coming after. The only thing I'll say is like coming after the Nuggets, in that first round. I don't remember how many games it was. It might have been 6. I think it was 6 games.
It was 5 games.
He averaged, was it 5? Yeah. I mean, every game was decently close. He averaged 32 a game. He's good. I think he's going to prove this to be right. But if we were just doing off of last year, I'm not sure I'd do it. Jimmy Butler at 12. I know you got a heart out at 12, so I want to make sure we get to the top 10.
All right. Last thing. Does this list take into the fact that Dame is playing with Giannis now and everything is going to be easier? Like, we're doing all this positive projection for Anthony Edwards. I feel like we're not taking into account that Dame gets to play with an MVP.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really like a description of the list, so I'm unclear. Because they got the 2 rookies on there, but then most of this is based off of last year. All they do is talk about last year, and then they got Wembanyama and fucking Scoot Henderson on here, so I'm just confused.
Come on,
I don't really know. I don't know what to do with it. Like, it's weird. Jimmy at 12, Devin at 11. Jimmy's better than Devin.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's head-to-head now. Devin Booker, I think he's been the driving force and kind of taken the torch for that Phoenix Suns team. I think he'll continue to be the driving force this year with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal there. I think Devin Booker is a dark horse MVP candidate, especially if like one of those guys misses some time and they have to run everything through him and they still win 50-something games. I could easily envision all that happening. I do think Devin Booker has leveled up. But to your point earlier, Terry, about regular season versus postseason production, Jimmy Butler is another one of those guys like Jamal Murray that turns it up in the biggest moments, but in the regular season is content scoring 20 points a game.
He's pretty chill. But Jimmy also has a bunch of all-stars and shit too, though. You know what I'm saying? There's still a little bit more consistency and stuff. He still has some all-NBAs, but I think both of them are top 10 guys, to be honest. I'd be willing to look at his top 10 and probably kick some dudes out. Jimmy and Devin Booker are top 10 guys.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Because if I'm looking at top 10, I know you still got to go. Anthony Davis 10, LeBron 9. I'm keeping LeBron. AD's probably not going to be in there for me. He's good. And
I think LeBron should be higher on this list, like closer to 1.
Yeah, he should. He definitely should. AD, I don't think AD's top 10. I don't think so. He doesn't play enough games. And I know LeBron doesn't either, but LeBron still fucking was the best player on the court for the first half of an elimination game versus Jokic. And I don't think anyone in the entirety of the league can say that.
Yep.
By the way. SGA, 8, too fucking high. You're not a top 10 yet. You're good. But he's not top 10 yet.
I don't think you can put him over Booker or you can put him over Jimmy at this point.
No. Kevin Durant 7? I know you hate him. You got a problem?
Could be 17. It's like,
wow.
I'm messing with you. Yeah, I got no problems with KD at 7, man.
I was about to say, I think you'd actually agree with that. Most of the players I heard from like all the reactions were like, KD at 7? No way. KD's like a top 3 player. I'm just like, I think he is exactly where he's supposed to be honest.
I still would put LeBron, though, above Kevin Durant.
I think so, too. And they're kind of reaching the end of their careers. I don't know how much longer KD can play. I'm not sure. Tatum at 6?
I'd probably put Booker over him. I think you could flop Tatum farther down this list.
That was the argument. Didn't Booker make it to the finals before Tatum?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know how Booker didn't make top 10 now that we keep looking at this.
Yeah,
Curry at 5?
I don't know how we have Tatum over Jimmy Butler, too. So I agree with you that both of those should be inside the top 10.
Yeah. Curry at 5. Nah, I can't go for that.
Yeah, he's got to be higher. He's got to be higher.
Luka can't be 4. He didn't make the fucking playoffs.
You got to put Curry over Luka. It probably goes, in my mind, Jokic, Giannis, Curry. Those are probably the top 3 for me. And then we can talk about the Embiids and Lukas and Bookers and guys like that.
Then I'd probably put Embiid. I would say of all the top dudes, Luka's at the bottom right now. Just because he missed the entirety of the playoffs. And I'm not saying this is his complete prime, but he's really fucking good. You can't miss the playoffs when you're almost at the top of your fucking game. I'm sorry, Luka.
And
I loved you, but no.
The biggest surprise of the whole list, Terry, Giannis over Joker at number 1.
Stupid. Absolutely fucking dumb. That makes no sense at all. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I think now that we see this, it's a projection. I think it's a projection.
It's got to be. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Our eyeballs just told us that Jokic is the best player in the world.
Yeah. By far, too. Like, his numbers are ridiculous.
Are they like, yeah, he spent the whole offseason in Serbia. He's going to come in overweight like he was 4 years ago. Like, I don't see any of that shit happening. If anything, I think he's going to be better this season. He's going to shoot more threes in the regular season. He's going to – I think he's determined to help Jamal Murray make an all-star team, and is going to be spoon-feeding him a handful of easy buckets, and their two-man game is going to be unstoppable. Jokic is the best player in the world, man, and I don't know what debate there is right now.
There is no debate. He's top. Giannis got bumped in the first round, and he was hurt. No, he got bumped. I don't want to hear that shit. If he's on the court, he's on the court, like I said. Besides that, I had a huge problem with this list.
I think Joel Embiid is one that possibly is too high as well.
Number 3? Wow.
If
it's a projection.
Like, we're talking playoffs and regular season. Would you rather have Kevin Durant or Joel Embiid?
I think I would go to the entirety up to probably I might take everyone to Dame. I think I'd take everyone to Dame above Embiid in the playoffs. So that's the 14th player.
He hasn't stayed healthy, and he hasn't been efficient, and he hasn't got past the second round. So I know you want an MVP, but it's like when I see LeBron at 9 and Embiid at 3, that's a head scratcher for me.
Yeah. Well, I think we know now it's all projection. And if they're projecting LeBron at 9, I don't know. Maybe. It could be true. Everything's going to be mostly right if it's a projection-wise, besides Ja and possibly Kyrie and then, a few. But some of these are... If Wemby's the 47th best player in the league, I don't know if that's good enough for me to enjoy all this hype. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some of his preseason shit too, though. He's just looking crazy.
Don't forget Vucevic at 75.
Oh,
well, guys, I got to get out of here. It's been another fantastic episode of the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. We will be back Friday to preview the Eastern Conference of the NBA, which starts 1 week from today, and then a week from today, Tuesday, opening night in the NBA. We're dropping our Western Conference preview pod, so we'll have you covered for everything you want to know about the NBA.
Yep.
It's about to be the most wonderful time of the year, Terry.
Yes, sir. Until then,
North Carolina, continue to stand up.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.